It's time for the Giants Baseball Corner Friday Morning Report with your host, the Giants are playing baseball for the 15th day in a row tonight, and we'll have completed 17 straight games by the week's end. Here at Giants Baseball Corner, we call that the gauntlet, the longest stretch of consecutively played games this entire year. 17 we're playing in a row. In the past, I covered that here when we had a 16-game stretch in 2021 that culminated in us winning 90, then on to 100, and then winning the division. And we called that stretch the gauntlet. And so now when we start the season, I look up what the longest stretch is, and we call that the gauntlet of the season. And it has gone remarkably well. We went 5-5 on the 10-game road trip that started the 17-game stretch, 5-5 on the road. Then took 3 of 4 from the Brew Crew when we got home, making us 8-6 so far with 3 a play in this. And the only way we won't end the gauntlet 500 or better now is if we get swept at home this weekend by the Texas Rangers, which would be a very rude thing for Boch to do, since we're hosting them for Brandon Crawford's celebrations that are happening at the Yard. The Giants did take 3 of 4 from the Brewers this week, but were quite frankly lucky to do so. The games were exciting, though, because the Brewers bring to town a kind of small ball that I think Bob Melvin wants us to play, and Milwaukee is pretty good at it. There was an electricity to these games that I really enjoyed. We won 2 of these games because they made errors, but that's a part of this kind of small ball too. In fact, errors and mistakes by the opponent are kind of what it's all about. It treats baseball, each game, as a war of attrition, where the team that makes the most mistakes loses, right? All the way down to pitches now we're talking about. I mean, we have a power batter this year, Elliot Ramos, who has developed a bat flip for drawing a walk. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's pretty great. He draws a walk and he flips the bat back and it just goes spinning in the air and he undoes his shin guards. It's pretty awesome. But what's that about? That's about knowing how to take a walk even though you're a power hitter. Our entire lineup is doing the small ball thing. Okay, what is the small ball thing? I think it's kind of like 3 parts in a way. 1, play crisp, alert, mistake-free defense. You have to not make mistakes yourself. That's number 1. 2, you draw walks, you steal bases, you use sacks and bunts, and you are aggressive on the base paths. You're aggressive on offense. And this makes them have to be sharp, right? So you're inducing mistakes. And then 3rd, you have to take advantage of your opponent's mistakes. Now, that sounds obvious, but that's not as obvious. Baseball's a really interesting game, and the way the Arizona Diamondbacks did it, won the National League pennant, and made it the whole way with the guys they had was exactly like this. They didn't make mistakes in the field. We're a long way from that. And they were aggressive on the base paths, using speed. And I think that that's something we have to learn how to do. The Giants are 17-9 and sit just a half a game out from the division lead behind the Padres, who are 17-8. The Padres 2-gamer Tuesday and Wednesday of next week will be an important one. We play that brace on the last 2 days of this month down in San Diego. I am worried about us playing the Monsters in our division. I think that's where some of our losses are going to come from. By the way, we call 2 gamers, where they just play 2, a brace here at GBC. The term comes from the Old English and Anglo-French languages, where a brace meant a pair or 2 of something, originally from hunting, referring to hunted animals. You might remember Samwise Gamgee, right? A brace of conies. He admonishes Gollum about eating a brace of conies raw. Brace, 2. So we got this 2-gamer with San Diego. It's going to be definitive in some ways. I do hate the 2-gamers. There is no definitive winner unless you sweep. So you kind of have to sweep. And even when you sweep, it doesn't feel like you swept because it was only 2 games. I guess the goal should be to always sweep, right? Now, at the moment, the rotation is expected to be Logan Webb and Landon Rope in San Diego next week. Luckily, it'll be after a day of rest, our first day of rest after 17 straight days of playing on Monday. So Rope will be pitching the second game. Anthony Franco at MLB Trade Rumors thinks starting Rope is a mistake. Quote, the Giants had a rotation battle throughout spring training. Logan Webb, Robbie Ray, and Justin Verlander were locked into the top 3 spots. Buster Posey said in December that the team remained committed to Jordan Hicks as a starter. The final job would go to one of 3 younger arms, Kyle Harrison, Hayden Birdsong, or Landon Rope. Harrison seemed like the frontrunner entering camp. If that had been the case, he quickly pitched his way out of it. The lefty allowed 8 runs in 6 2/3 spring innings. The Giants optioned him before opening day. Now, he's since made 4 starts at AAA Sacramento, allowing 9 earned runs despite recording 21 strikeouts over 15 innings. So the Ks are up, but the runs are crossing. It came down then to Birdsong and Rope, with the latter getting the nod. Birdsong broke camp as a long reliever. The decision, he writes, came as a surprise. Birdsong started all 16 of his major league appearances last year. He turned in a 4.75 ERA over 72 innings as a rookie. He'd been lights out during spring training, firing 12 innings of 1-run ball with 18 strikeouts, no walks. Rope had a good but less impressive camp, giving up 5 runs with 14 strikeouts and 1 walk across 12 frames. He also had more experience working out of the bullpen, as he'd started just 4 of 23 appearances during his debut season last year. Close quote. The fact is, our starting rotation has the 5th or 6th worst ERA of every team in the majors. It's Logan Webb, then a precipitous drop-off to the middling Robbie Ray, Justin Verlander, Jordan Hicks, and Landon Rope, Hayden Birdsong, Kyle Harrison. We need another ace. It's why so many of us wanted Corbin Burnes so badly. It's our bullpen that's awesome. They consistently hold teams scoreless, allowing our bats to get us back into the game. The role of closer is still undefined, and neither Ryan Walker nor Camilo Doval looks ready for the pressure of being named the closer. I think closer by committee is going to be fine until we figure out who wants it most. Somebody has to want to be the closer. It's a high-profile, high-pressure position. You got to want it, and you got to, and I guess, enjoy that insanity that comes with it. Maria Guardado covered Bryce Eldridge's return to action this week. Quote, the Giants' number 1 prospect made his season debut with AA Richmond on Tuesday after completing his rehab from a left wrist injury and immediately picked up where he left off from his breakout 2024 campaign. The 20-year-old first baseman homered in his first at-bat of the year, crushing a hanging breaking ball from Akron right-hander Tommy Mace 386 feet out to right field to put the Flying Squirrels on the board in the top of the second inning, close quote. Guardado noted that while climbing from single-A San Jose to AAA Sacramento last season, Eldridge established himself as one of the top power-hitting prospects in the minors after batting .291 with an .890 OPS, 23 home runs over 116 games. That music means we have come to the end of the Friday morning report. It's a celebration of DJ Becraw of the Mighty Locks, longest-serving Giants shortstop ever on either coast. The Giants did schedule it so Bruce Bochy and the Rangers would be in town, and so Boch will be present. The Rangers, though, are tied for first in the AL West and a significant problem on the field. Verlander was an Astro and so has faced them more often than the rest of the Giants. He's on the mound tonight against Nathan Eovaldi. Wow, the vets. A 42-year-old and a 35-year-old who both have 2 World Series rings will go head-to-head tonight at Oracle Park. That does it for Giants Baseball Corner's Friday morning report. Enjoy your weekend. Let's go, Giants! And we love you, Brandon Becraw. Let's all celebrate Brandon Crawford this weekend. And let's get a sweep of the Rangers to do it. How about that? I like that idea a lot.